now return you to the Children of Primus.
I don't like to hear we now return you to the Children of Primus. It's the only thing I heard.
I don't think it's supposed to be holiday reveals today.
Not today. That was last week, but it's technical things on the fly. So welcome to another episode of the Frenzy Freestyle Sunday. Tilallareone 1. How are you guys doing?
Tired.
We are hanging in there. How about yourself?
Too awful bad.
I got my Autobots chilling over here.
Got my Autobots chilling on the side too, and the Decepticon. You always have to have one.
No Decepticons, only Autobots. And
I see something wrong with that already. Autobot sympathizers.
Also, for fun, so my birthday happened back on Monday. I had a wonderful birthday. I picked up a bunch of Transformers I've been wanting to get. But also had to have something happen on Wednesday. So Wednesday morning, I was chilling downstairs. I got done with school early, close around to 10 o'clock. I was bored. My Transformers Prime, my Transformers A6 Blur was broken for a while. His head broke up, snapped off clean. With some good old super glue, I fixed it back up, and now his head is perfectly back on now. But then also had the accursed problem of his arms, basically, with these parts. But because I was, sick and tired of these, I cut them off. They still actually, surprisingly, morph well into his vehicle mode. There's no real hindrance by just removing them.
You took off his arms?
I didn't take off his arms. I took off the
under kibble.
Yep, the arm under kibble. And of course, I don't know how well I'll appear on stream, but I cut myself very good with an X-Acto blade.
Ooh.
What are you going to do about your underarm kibble?
What? I don't got underarm kibble. And on top of...
I'll cut that off too.
And speaking of getting new characters, on that same day, I then see my mail truck pull in, and me and my sibling run there. I'm wearing shorts and I'm running in Crocs, and it's like 15-degree weather. I run over to the postal truck, pick up my package, and lo and behold, I now have Transformers Prime Smokescreen. I got him complete, and he is a nice figure. And already fixed one problem, and that is painting the rims. I painted the rims myself.
Nice.
Oh, smokescreen.
And then on Friday, it came in time, actually. This is the one that I was most excited for because I didn't own this character for a while. Well, I mean, I did, but I wasn't a good figure of him. I actually got Combiner Wars, Transformers Combiner Wars Ultra Magnus. And I love this thing already.
Hey, James.
I might paint his rims, possibly. I'm not sure, but he's a good figure. And then back on Saturday, just to finish off all my reveals, I got Transformers Prime Cup, and which was another good figure to get. And then, since I don't own an actual Prime Colors character of this, I got Transformers Prime Legacy RC. And so far, I like this.
Nice.
You know, I know you got a lot of figures, Impactor. How long is it going to be until storage becomes a problem for you?
Maybe 50 years, give or take.
Oh, okay. So it's another problem. All right.
Trust me, I have ways of storing things.
He keeps breaking them and cutting the extra pieces off of them. That way they store closer together.
Ah, yes, that underarm kibble.
I'm not gonna do that to every character. Some characters need those specifically.
Just some stacks are too tall. We're just gonna trim those off.
No, I'm not. If anything, I'll do what actual people would do and that is unscrew the arms so then they can come right off.
Just one of these.
I don't need to clip them off. That is a not cost.
I say just underneath underneath where his name's supposed to be. Just name him underarm kibble.
Are you guys really that mad about me cutting off the underarm kibble off Blur?
I don't care if it's not G1. I can do what you want with him. Old Freakenstein can take all the firecrackers he wants to him. Hi, Freak.
But yeah, that's all I
He's out
got.
there
And then,
washing.
well, with the snowstorm that's coming through here, I'll be buying more characters, such as a long-awaited Transformers Prime Prowl, and which will be my next favorite one to get after this guy.
Man, you're a lucky kid. It was all I could do for $1 each on Matchbox cars at your age.
Yeah, I mean,
$1.99 GI Joes.
Yeah, GI.
Well, I'm paying here
G1 was
like
just
60
coming out during our
bucks.
time.
Do what, Spin?
G1 was just coming out during those days.
And there's Fear Courage.
Oh,
Hey,
no, I
you're
was.
going to be in trouble with Jess.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna get us all in
I'm
trouble.
calling Jess, he's online.
You gotta make him sleep on the couch.
Please don't.
We
We cannot hear you, Fear.
Never mind. He's not really online. He's just on video. And now I don't know if he's frozen or if he's just concentrating at us.
He got
now we hear you.
Verbally constipated.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, there you are.
There we go. Yeah, I'm just gonna go till I can't go no more. But no, I'm 2 bowls of homemade chicken soup, and I'm way better than I was earlier today. So
nice.
How come everybody's got the crud?
Well, so Friday night we were doing our Mech Warrior thing, and there was a lot of lag in the system, so we were waiting like 10 minutes between matches, and so I was like, God bless it. And I just turned around, I was like, I'm putting a couple of them together. So this is Loki's grapple,
which is totally in the correct color. Which is totally in the correct colors. Like he's totally in colors.
Blue streak,
which looks like Autobot Spike slightly.
and then these two are pretty cool. So Ironhide has chest damage. I don't know if I can get it to see it in the.
Oh, wait a second.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a second. I didn't see that before we hopped on stream.
And this is just going back to Karma coming back around. I sent Impactor that small Megatron that I had, and Starscream comes with one.
And I think we all know how we can piece together that Ironhide having chest damage and Starscream there. And also, after Mr. Magnus is depinned, that grapple I don't think is in the correct colors.
Lemon versus orange.
Mm-hmm. Also, Fear, since you were not here, birthday reveals. First one, Transformers Prime Smokescreen.
Oh, nice. He has the little snap-on armor and everything.
Yep, but I'm not using that. Yeah, Transformers Combiner Wars Ultra Magnus.
Oh, there he is, with his little guy inside his chest and everything.
Yep.
Also,
I like to call him Dungeon-style Magnus.
His new name is Underarm Kibble.
Underarm Kibble?
Transformers Prime Cup.
A.K.A. Ironhide.
Yes, I'm going to... There's a small story that I'll explain after this. And then Transformers Prime Legacy RC.
Oh, nice. So you're just gradually building the cast up.
Trust me, I have a huge thing. And also, for Underarm Kibble, I took my Transformers 86 Blur, which had broken head, but I glued it back on. He's back to normal. And with the X-Acto blade, cut off his Underarm Kibble.
Underarm Kibble is the name of my punk band.
And now Blur is nice and good.
Impactor's the lead singer.
Wait, what?
You're gonna wake up to a big girl with jiggly arms. You're gonna be like, "What's that good for you?" It's like, no.
Oh.
Now set up.
And the small.
Well, I was gonna say, what other reveals do we have before we jump a bit into our main topic?
I got a bunch.
Okay, let's let him go. I want to show like 2 stop motions, in which I do know our subject is on stop motions, if I'm correct.
Oh yeah.
So let the good old crazy man, who wherever he is, I don't know whichever way to point, basically, do his talking.
American Jurassic Park. I mean,
All right, so you guys remember Jeff we had on the stream for the Florida Toy Show and Exhibitions.
Yep.
He had a show in Fort Myers today. Really good show. A lot better than the first Fort Myers show that he put on. But picked up some Matchbox stuff on the card. This is all 80s stuff. He's really hard to find on the card. This is a late Christmas present from just people that don't know their difference between G1 and whatnot.
I always appreciate when I get the weird stuff from people.
Let's say thank you.
So at these shows, it's not so uncommon to come across Transformers. It's a lot harder to come across GoBots.
Super
That is very true.
Leader 1.
Nice.
Yep, the
Nice.
deluxe Leader 1.
Was Clamp down a G2 Autobot? Or not G2 GoBot, G2 Autobot?
No, he was a Diaclone character.
Or Diaclone, that's what I was trying to think of.
Yeah.
I got this really nice rescue. Every rescue I've seen that's loose is all scratched up, and man, his paint job is just gorgeous.
It is. That's phenomenal.
Right? They're always tore up. And then I want one on the card really bad, but she's usually 100 plus, and I got me a Smallfoot.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Smallfoot is my favorite.
She was my first GoBot.
Nice.
Far out. Yeah, I want one on the card, but it's 100 plus right now. So
and that's
gotta wait.
Front bumper for her too.
Yeah, it's got the front bumper.
Nice.
The front headlight sticker is half stuck in between the bumper and the headlight. So I gotta take like a pin or something and get that back on there.
At least it's
Okay.
there.
So now for the big reveal.
Big reveals.
You guys know that I don't hardly ever do Transformer reveals on here because I only buy G1, and I'm only usually buying G1 in the box. That's expensive territory. But
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, look at you.
Is that a original?
That is an original Hot Rod.
Paste back that screen to me.
The
quickly.
box is open, but he is still glued to the card on the inside.
Oh,
The toy has never been played with. Right? The box itself is in beautiful shape. It's got a little bit of like the little bit of stretchies on the flaps. However, once I get it graded, that'll just press back in. But the box itself is just gorgeous.
It's been pin me
like
quickly.
A reissue from here.
oh, hold on.
Now, do what, Fear?
I just said it looks like a reissue box from here.
Oh, no. Real deal. Reissue box. It says right here, real big, ages 8 plus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's the real deal. He better be, because I paid $1,100 for him.
Oh gosh.
Right now, come the weekend of MegaCon, Judd Nelson is going to sign him.
Oh
Nice.
boy.
That's going to make him even more expensive, I'm assuming.
Yeah. But that's my big reveal. I wanted to do it last week, but it didn't come till Monday. So yeah, I'm
From what I was told, the signature for a living voice actor will add 10%. The signature of a passed away voice actor will add 80%
Oh
that
my.
tracks.
or more.
Yeah, that tracks.
Man, I'm praying Optimus Prime ain't dead. I'm praying Peter Parker ain't dead.
It's why I ran out to get them whenever they got this close to me.
Mhm.
I've got Frank and Pete on my 2 G1s.
G1 reissue Hot Rod.
Nice with all the shininess and everything.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, so that'll pretty much be the ultimate hot rod, vintage hot rod that a person can own once it gets signed and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah. Plus, I might have him sign the movie poster,
Speaking of
which
posters,
already has a whole bunch of the autographs on it.
Nice.
ooh,
Oh,
you are
lovely.
thinking the idea that I have. So I have this entire plan of mine to try and have almost most of all the Transformers Prime voice actors sign a poster for all the characters on Transformers Prime. I'm just sad that some of the voice actors already died now, just recently. Speaking of Dreadwing.
Transformers
Mm.
Prime. Never heard of her.
What?
Mm. That's one of the good ones.
Oh, no, wait till you hear about this idea that he's got. He wants to get all the Prime characters that match with the
80,
Autobot shuttle scene, the death scene, and use the Prime characters instead.
Mhm.
yes.
And I told him it was blasphemy.
Absolutely. I don't
So,
like that. I don't like that one bit.
No, I don't either.
so for my plan, so right now I just had a giant snowstorm coming in. I'm pretty sure it's still snowing. I can't.
Wow,
And
with the 4 letter words. Jeez.
That's probably what was hitting me a few hours before it started where you're at.
And with all of my ideas, basically, I want to buy all the characters that have been released in Transformers Prime for G1. And as Mr. Magnus said, with that entire thing, I have found a Ironhide and Ratchet from Transformers Prime, the Dakaratomi Ironhide I found on top of a Transformers Prime Ratchet in box. And then my main goal for tomorrow before this thing is sold out, because this thing has been going fast, to get there's this person who's selling a 2-pack of Transformers Prime Prowl and Bulkhead together, the Beast Hunters toys. And while I need to get it before it goes away because there's only 2 left, and I need to get the Prowl specifically. And then
Link will be below for his what the thing's called, Kickstarter or whatever the hell it was.
And then my final character that I need to get is the Transformers Prime Cloud Brawn, basically, or Transformers Cloud Brawn, in which that thing's going to be a solid $200 if I can even make that much in a year.
Oh boy.
So yeah,
Well, you got a snowstorm coming in. You can always go shovel more driveways.
I shovel sidewalks and sometimes driveways. There's not that many driveways on my neighborhood. I actually. This house right next to me has a driveway, and I shovel their thing and make a good amount chunk of money, maybe a solid possibility of $20 to maybe 30, and then I just keep shoveling and I make more money.
I mean, go to a neighborhood that has driveways.
I don't know where that exists exactly in my area. I'm in the suburbs.
Don't most suburbs all have driveways?
That's what I was thinking.
Not all houses have driveways. There's only like a select, like where I am basically, there's like where my house is, there's 2 houses up here that have driveways in front of me, and there's 1 house right here that has a driveway, and then the house over beside me has a backyard driveway, and that's really it. I don't see any other houses around here with driveways unless they're in the apartment complex area.
So now you have to knock on the doors of all of those houses that do have driveways and set up a contract with them. And
I don't set up contracts. I am, let's just say I'm the unprofessional one here.
Now you go from $20 to $100 after a good snowfall.
And also, just because I only showed some people before everybody hopped in here, I really want this to happen.
Ooh. Where'd you get the cannons from?
Hey, this is why I want to buy the Transformers Prime Ironhide. This is the only toy right here that comes with the cannons, and that is Transformers Prime Cup.
Yeah. Yeah, and then, like you said, only Takara did the Ironhide version.
You keep saying Transformers Prime and bringing up all these characters that I never saw in Netflix's 2 seasons of the show.
Well, there's 3.
There's 3 seasons, for one thing. And a TV.
I caught that. I didn't think the whole thing would end on a cliffhanger like that.
Transformers Prime created a bunch of characters to go with the Transformers warforcybertron IDW Comics' universe, basically. Cup right here is one of those, along with Hotshot, Swerve, and who else? There's a lot more.
Transformers Prime 2007?
No, Transformers Prime. Well, you're talking about Transformers Animated. Animated started in 2007, plus the Bayverse.
Yeah, Prime was in 2011, I believe.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Speaking of Cup, sorry, what you were gonna say?
I was gonna say the toy line had characters that weren't on the show, so that's where a lot of these guys come from.
And speaking of Cup, might as well first show the first stop motion of the night. Just let me make sure.
Well, actually, before we get to the stop motion, for anyone that's watching, when you go to our YouTube page, you will see one of our newer videos that we've put out, our video version of the blogbots, and covering this guy. Although I've got a green screen, so you can't quite see him.
Is that Springer? Which Springer is that? Is that A6?
That is the 86 Springer.
So you finally got him. So now Sandstorm is no longer alone.
Correct. Hopefully it'll create a broadside. But on the YouTube channel, we have our blogbots that is now narrated by Toy Warp Vintage Reviews, written by Fear of Courage, and we now have a video version of Fear of Courage's blogbot reviews, with Springer being the first one. But before we also show the stop animation, we're gonna jump into the main topic, which is
Transformers 1.
1 has now also put out animated cartoons, which each episode I think is only like about 2 minutes.
There's 2 episodes right now.
2 episodes.
I haven't seen the second one, but I did watch the first one.
Now, what are your thoughts? What is everyone's thoughts of this series that they've put out?
Honestly, in my who I can go first.
Well, no, you're the stop motion guy, so I'm interested in your opinion.
Yes.
In my honest opinion, what I'm seeing, basically, they have a very good editing team, first off, mainly because of what they're doing with how they have the entire train moving around, plus all the other effects that they use in the entire stop motion, plus the smoothness. I can definitely say it took them maybe a solid good 2 days to get that done. Mainly also because it's hard to hold up a Transformer, specifically like the Bumblebee that they used for a while. Because they had him in the first episode standing up on his hands for a solid maybe 30 seconds, I think. And it's hard to get a Transformer to do something like that without like maybe a day's worth of editing. So yeah, that's my opinion. But if I had to say, it's a good all-out stop motion. Definitely beats me slightly.
Only slightly.
Only slightly.
Well, the reason why I say this is because they could have used all the bear figures.
I was going to say, it's really funny looking at how they're limited by what toys are actually currently out based on each character.
You know what's funny?
So, like,
hold on, it's Fear's turn.
Well, I'm saying the funny thing is that they didn't use the Studio Series Elita 1 that we saw in that football trailer.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, right? Like, they're making a Studio Series Elita 1. It's not out yet. This team obviously does not have access to things that are not out. So the Elita 1 in these things is the little Rock'em Sock'em robot version, because it's the only kind that you can currently, like, get on the shelves. So you have that little one, you have the Prime Changers Optimus, you have the Studio Series Megatron. It's just this funny, strange grab bag of characters thrown together.
Have the rest of you guys, have you had a chance to watch it?
I have not.
Yeah, I didn't even know it existed until about 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, I know of it. I hadn't watched it. I have been seeing an ad for the Turtles of Grayskull with the merman. I showed last stream, and they had the brothers fighting the mutated merman. There's an ad for that going around that's animated. Then there's a other ad, but for Turtles of Grayskull, but I don't remember who they're fighting in that one.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I did get a chance to, like, I just watched it earlier. Because, I mean, they only just kind of mentioned this series coming out maybe like a week or so it goes. So it just kind of caught everyone off guard that now there's a series based on the movie. But then watching it, I would say it's almost not even based on the movie in a sense.
It's more of like a
based,
funny comical skit.
yeah, like
Yeah.
it has the characters and everything and the background scenes, but in terms of like what happens in the movie and these episodes, it's really geared for like
Children.
4-year-olds. So it's not geared for adults, and it almost goes back in a G1 sense of, even though it's called a series, the two episodes don't connect with each other.
What I have to say that's kind of funny to me is the second, I think it's the first one, the one that they're in the coal mine, basically, with
Yep.
what happens with Megatron and Optimus there. It reminds me of this Disney short called, I think it's, I forget what it's called, but it's this entire thing where these two robots that are, like miners, basically. They're miner worker robots, basically. And the bigger one figures out the fun game of throwing the coal into the train, basically, to start it up. That's what I got from the episode. Like, it was a solid, maybe slight cutoff from the entire scene, because they used they had like the design of everything close to the actual thing, just without it being in a metal train or with a bunch of coal around them.
Yeah, there's going to be quite a few of these. They had a full like episode list when they did the announcement. So there's only 2 of them out right now, but there's going to be a lot of them. I think like
Right.
maybe 15 or so.
Yeah, I mean,
15?
I guess you can
Yeah.
get like a whole, because really each episode is only 2 minutes, so
Yeah.
you can have like a whole bunch of them out at that point.
Yeah. But yeah, it's not strictly in line with the movie, but like there's dialogue, there's writing, there's an effort to make the characters familiar to how you know, but it is just like funny sketches basically.
And with me, basically, that website, not website, the channel does also like Transformers, like they do a bunch of the Play School Hero stuff. They even had Rescue Bots stop motions with all the 5-year-old toys. And well, speaking of Rescue Bots, why have we not gone to see Transformers Legacy Rescue Bots Heatwave yet? We've only seen the concept art design of him, and which is eating the insides out of me, because I'm wondering, are we getting a stupid reissue of Bulkhead? No, I do not want ice cream right now.
The kids yearn for rescue bots.
Because, I mean, Rescue Bots Bulkhead ain't bad, but, like, please just give us a new mold.
Yeah, I want something that looks more like the Prime version myself.
And which, speaking of, with Transformers Prime, where did I sit him? I know I sat him somewhere. I actually have, so I have Bulkhead here, I got him first, then I got Cliff Jumper, and now RC, I have all 3 Transformers Legacy Autobots from Transformers Prime. And to be honest, they all work together very well.
Mhm.
All right, so now let's see what stop motion clips you have for this week.
Alrighty, let me just set it up. Alright, when you're ready, spin Big Pin me, please. Alright.
Oh, hey, new guy.
So yeah, that's the entire thing I did. And now let me pull up the other one. Where is it? Then here's Smokescreen. I thought of Smokescreen since I got him immediately and repainted his rims to just do something with him. The Decepticon drone soldier Mirage did not live long.
I like how Mirage is becoming like Netflix. Mirage is becoming like your designated bad guy that gets owned constantly in these things.
That is slightly true.
Somebody has to fill that part.
Then, so this is my test with Blur, because I've been trying to get him to... been trying to get like the blur effect like on him actually, and well, so far as you can see, I'm getting close.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And then this, so this is just another transformation test that I did for Smokescreen. Wait, why is it not agreeing to work with me? Please spin. But like for the transformation, I thought I did a good job.
Yeah, nice and smooth.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the thing that's right now exciting me, basically. So, you guys remember how I told you how I was going to do a Transformersprime Cliffjumper Death Scene full?
Mm.
Now that I have RC here, I completely jump-started the entire stop-motion scene. So this is what I have. And this is the big stuff that I was excited about actually doing today. Because we were supposed to go to a trampoline park, but that unfortunately did not happen. So, doing a stop-motion for like 5 hours was worth it. That's like what 5 hours of boredom does to you. If it'll play, it's still saying working. It's about to start finally. There we go.
Oh, it's just the beginning of the first episode.
Look out, when out of nowhere, these high beams light up my rear view. And then it hits me. I'm illegally parked.
Another parking ticket.
Better, the boot.
Big metal tire clamp, impossible to remove.
Bingo! So the local police do their thing, and I let them get all the way down the block. That's when I kick off my new shiny shoe, and bang!
New York's finest soil themselves.
You know me, RC. You mess with Cliffjumper.
And you get the horns. Not sure how that complies with Autobot rule number 1. Keep a low profile.
What can I say? Patrolling for Energon out here in Dullsville gets lonesome. Almost makes me miss the Decepticons.
Like Jasper, Nevada's a party. We're alone wherever we travel on this rock cliff.
I'm getting a signal.
Need backup?
Do I ever need backup?
That's all I was able to get done.
Nice.
That's a good start.
Mm-hmm.
And as you can see, I built the inside of Cliffjumper, which I thought was even more cooler.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how did you manage that?
It's called... I've done this scene... I did this scene once a long time ago, and I used instead of, well, Transformersprime Cliffjumper, I had Gamer Edition Cliffjumper. And so I built a little Lego setup of the car, actually. And as you can see,
nice.
it looks like an accurate, almost, depiction of Cliffjumper.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't tell it was Lego immediately from the actual video.
Toy Whip, what's your opinion on the inside of Cliffjumper?
Oh, what, you mean because I own the real thing?
Correct.
His Cliffjumper is probably in better shape than mine. The inside of my Cliffjumper is pretty rough, so yeah, good job.
Well, the wonderful thing is that the entire Cliffjumper inside was not shown because there's no way I could physically build something to have everything like jammed in there. After I'm done in your guys' group, then I'm gonna continue it. I'm gonna like build an entire box stand. I like have all my school boxes just chilling over here and everything. And I'm just gonna build a giant stand for my tablet so I can then like angle it above my table and have Cliffjumper drive and find a pit of energon basically, and then start then take multiple pictures of the nemesis basically, and then edit in Cliffjumper into the scene because there's no physical way I can build something like that in my table here, and then just do a bunch of editing for Cliffjumper flying, and after that just have the entire scene play out. And the one good thing is a friend of mine actually was able to edit out all the scenes where Cliffjumper, where RC and Optimus and all those scenes were happening. So my friend was able to edit out all those parts so I don't have to just switch to another character.
Okay, so now I'm gonna throw a question to you guys. So each person answer individually. So the question is for current and future Transformers media in terms of cartoon or stop motion. would you prefer they stick with cartoons or go down the road of stop motion? And I'll throw this to you, Toy Web, first.
I'm gonna go with the cartoons. I don't have anything against stop motion. Don't get me wrong, but I think with the cartoons, some things are still left to children's imaginations. Where if they're doing it with the actual toys that are on the shelf, wow, that is as commercially as you could get.
Sedum, what do you say?
Um, I think there's a place for both. So, like, I think for YouTube, especially if it's via the official channels, like I was saying, like Mattel, they got not Clay, Stop Animo. Can't talk
Stop
today.
motion.
Stop motions of these guys fighting Merman, and then the other video was if you literally type in Turtles of Grayskull stop motion, it's the first video. That was the other one I couldn't remember because it's everybody fighting, so that's why I couldn't remember who it was because, like I said, it wasn't anyone in particular. It's just a big melee. I know Playmates, they have like official sense to at least Rise, and with Mutant Mayhem and Tales of, they've been doing stop motion animations with toys of them. The last two the current and the prior iteration of them. So I feel like it's smart on Hasbro's part to at least on YouTube because they can obviously it's like third party versus official stuff. They can get some ideas from people like Impactor, and then do some stuff that maybe he can't just because they have more budget at their disposal. But then for like TV shows or streaming services, I still think go with the CGI or 2D animation cartoon for that stuff.
Well, and before I go over to Impactor, I mean, early 60s, I think late 60s, early 70s, I mean, there were some cartoons and some shows, trying to remember the name of it, where essentially is almost like the very earliest form of stop motion, but to the point of like, they're basically just holding the characters and then, and having like the toys move around. But then if they had to impict like the character holding something, they would zoom in on like a person's actual hands, since the toys couldn't actually do that. So I mean, I wonder if as you said, both work, but I mean, can they still go down that road of using the toys and being as creative with them as opposed to the cartoon? Impactor, what is your thoughts in terms of cartoon or stop motion?
So, in my thoughts, basically, I love the entire stop motion idea. If they were to start making shows of stop motions, it'd be cool. And not to mention, there are a few YouTuber creators like me, basically, who have created like 53-minute long stop motion show series. And one of my favorite YouTubers, named Mark Creations, I'm a little bit collaborated with him. He has done an entire Transformer series from like his age. It's a very old stop motion series, but he's done like he has the time limit of like an entire episode of like Transformers Prime. Basically, it's like 24 minutes long. He's done the last video that I saw from his series was like 53 minutes long. It was all stop motion. But in terms of the shows, like for me, basically, like me and my dad, we both enjoyed the 80s cartoon shows. And well, since Transformers Reactivate has been unfortunately canceled, I feel like this could be their time to give us a Transformers show of Transformers Skybound. For anybody who wants to check this thing out, I just did this guy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's the thing that everybody loves to do. Mr.
Yep.
How do you feel about going on the offensive?
Yep. And so what I did to make this actual, so I don't own the actual Transformers Siege Megatron Fusion can, so I just took off the sword from this.
That's still what he looks like in the comics. Like that wasn't even a temporary thing. He still got that look, and we're on like issue 16.
And then I took my Transformers Sterling 30s' Sandstorm's hand, and basically just popped it right onto the hand port of where it would be. And so I have a good looking, and I also used tape to make his windshields look a little cracked or well fuzzed up or destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
I bet you'll make that figure officially sooner rather than later.
Well, there's already. I found this online on eBay. Somebody created a Transformers 86 Optimus Prime fusion cannon arm, and it actually is compatible. What you would theoretically do is you would not cut off. You would unscrew the arm completely. Unscrew the arm completely off, and then slide on a completely new arm.
Arm kibble.
With
Make sure you don't
Megatron's
do that to any real people.
with Megatron's fusion cannon, and the cool thing is actually with Megatron's fusion cannon, the person was able to accurately combine the fusion cannon into Optimus Prime's truck mode.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. He transforms in the comic. The fusion cannon goes where one of the smokestacks would
Yep,
usually go.
and that is where it goes, actually, the toy. So after I buy all these Transformer characters to create a apparently blastamine stop motion idea of the shuttle attack with Transformers Prime characters.
Mm-hmm.
After that, I'll be buying that just so I have a Skybound Optimus, and I can then remove all this kibble off Optimus here so I can use him in my Transformers Prime stop motions until I get Transformers Prime APC Toys Optimus Prime.
So now you're going to start trimming parts off of Optimus Prime.
No!
Not
I'm
in
never sending you
irreplaceable
another
ways.
piece. I'm never sending you another piece.
What?
Why?
I'm not
Impactor?
The point was I lost the head off my blaster, and that's why I don't have him. I felt sorry for him. You know, kids lose things. I didn't know you were physically popping the crap off of them.
I wasn't! Blaster was an
You
old...
just admitted to it. You just said you did it to Blur, and now you're talking about doing it to Optimus Prime? No.
Wait, no. I'm talking about removing arm stuff
I'm deleting your address right now.
Man, you see how
Nothing
quick
will be
that
said.
back pedal goes? That back pedal goes fast, boy.
I didn't do anything. I only just did Blur recently, and Blaster was an unfortunate mishap that happened so many years ago. And the
But
Optimus,
you just said you're going to start trimming parts off of Optimus Prime?
not trimming, taking off the pieces of paper here that I used sticky tack to keep Megatron's arm on.
All I heard was underarm kibble on Optimus Prime, so
Yeah,
There's no
I heard.
underarm
He's going
kibble
to
on
trim the kibble.
Optimus.
He's going to trim the kibble off of Prime.
I'm not gonna trim the kibble off of Prime.
the kibble killer.
This is right here what's underneath, basically, the piece of paper.
That's it. Kibble Killer. That's his new screen name.
His new screen
Kibble Killer. Impact Productions is gone. He's no longer exists. Those of you all in the chat, this is now Kibble Killer.
This is
We
some
have
type
Kibble
of new
Killer.
tomfoolery.
The best part is that's the same name that a dog would have.
Okay.
That is funny.
Before we end all this, let me just share my screen because this is right now a new milestone on my YouTube channel, which is not Kibble Killer. It's Impact Productions.
Hold on, we still have two more turns for the question. So, to Mr. Magnus, current and future Transformer media, would you prefer cartoon or stop motion?
I prefer cartoons myself, simply because I grew up in the age of claymation, which is what stop motion reminds me of. It's great. I love what Impactor does. I love the stuff that he does on there, other than when he cuts parts off of other Transformers. His shows are awesome. I do like them. I've watched a few other guys and some of the other channels that I watch that do stop motion. They're very impressive. I could never do something like this. But I'm an artist myself, so seeing the artwork is what I like. You know, I pick shows apart all the time because I'm like, man, it's not the same shade. But his blaster was just shooting blue and now it's shooting red. I pick stuff apart like that. But yeah, so for me, it's cartoons. I'm not dissuading anybody from doing the stop motion. Please, Impactor, do not stop doing your stop motion.
I'm never going to stop. I'm going to do this until I'm 80.
There you go. Keep on going with it. Strive forward. Fight the system. Fight the power.
Well, I'm not going to be
Take off
cutting
that
off
kibble.
parts. I only did that from Blur just so I could actually have him as a good figure. And well, Optimus Prime, I'm never going to do anything physically altering my 86 Optimus because this thing is too expensive to ruin, basically. Along with any of the guys you've given me, because I haven't laid a finger on any of the guys you've given me.
It
I've
starts
kept
with
playing around with
him
them.
trimming the kibble. Next thing you know, he's like freaking. He's putting firecrackers inside of him.
What?
That's right.
So now,
That's right.
That's Toy Story
Or-
Sid.
Poor Combat Carl strapped to the big one.
Mr. Magnus will know where this line is from if he, as an anime fan. Nothing speaks louder than defensive action. Shinji.
It's time for action, not words.
So now before we round up for this segment, Fear or Courage, the question goes to you: the stop motion or cartoon?
We've had cartoons for like 40 years when it comes to Transformers. I'm just like, screw it. Do a stop motion animated series for the next one. You know, it's cyclical. They do a new thing every few years. Let's try one of those. See how it goes. Full 25-minute episodes, like at least one full season of stuff. Sell the figures that are actually on the shelves. See how it goes. I'd watch it.
I feel like they could do
I'm
like
not saying I wouldn't watch it. I'm not saying I wouldn't watch it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying I want to see them try it as something different.
If Fear Courage is done, I want to just quickly show the milestone that I hit on my YouTube channel because it's insane what I have done this entire year.
Let's see what you have done for this entire year.
What have you done?
So, as we can see, I'm at 180 subscribers. But in my videos, we go down through here into my videos. My popular videos. This is mind-boggling to me. But I'm about to hit this thing is close to hitting 10,000 views.
It's a good feeling, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much so. And what kills me is I didn't do that good of a job on this thing.
Oh, that's YouTube for you, man.
Yep.
Oh, man, let me tell you, that's just YouTube for you.
That is YouTube.
I was gonna say I've been sharing your videos on a lot of my Transformers pages.
So, thank you for that, Mr. Magnus. My dad does the same thing too.
I like how you're just like, don't look at this one, look at my better ones.
This is just what kills me because of how, I mean, yes, I did a good job with these, but like, it kills me how old it is because this thing is an old video. As you can see, it was made back in August. And somehow this thing
like your definition of old.
Yeah, right? How does a 13-year-old say something's old?
Well,
I have t-shirts and underwear older than he is.
What?
If it were a year and a half, that's vintage.
But like, it's insane to me how most of my old videos are now gaining popularity. One that I had suspicion would gain popularity would be my What If I Survived Ironhide video, just because Ironhide's Dark of the Moon death is tragic.
I think it's cool because when you joined our collectors in disguise, like you were only, I think, around like 50 something subscribers.
No, I was actually, believe it or not, 20 subscribers. And well, right now, let me just go down here.
Yes, that is.
When I joined you guys at this time and moment, the latest videos that I had posted, let's just go down here. The latest videos that I had posted at the time were these videos right here. Where the line starts is where I started joining. I joined right when this video was posted, basically 8 months ago.
All right, so in other words, you're welcome, and I want my cut of your videos from being paid from YouTube. That whole nickel, I want that nickel.
I don't even know how to do that.
Don't spend that nickel all in one place.
Well, I'm not gonna spend it all in one place. But like, it kills me at with what I've done and how long I've been joining you guys, and I'm really thankful for that.
Yeah, it's a good feeling, but get used to videos that you don't
expect.
Yeah, videos that you just don't expect. I have one of my biggest videos is a NASCAR drift compilation that I threw together, and then the video editor crashed. So when I brought it back, everything's real fuzzy and ugly. The video looks like crap, and it's got like 1.2 million views for no reason. Videos I worked my butt off on. Did some really fancy editing. Did some great cam work and everything. 8 views. That's just YouTube, man. That's just YouTube.
Yeah, and that's also what kills me. So I saw you commented on my YouTube short for the Jazz versus Brawl scene. There was a few comments in the official video on my channel, not in the YouTube short, but there was a few official comments that people said, "Bro, I thought this was an actual 2007 stop motion." And while it's so far gained a good chunk of views, I think it's 200 views now, that specific stop motion.
Everybody here that has a YouTube channel and everybody out in the audience watching, just remember that the likes and subscribes and comments on videos, that goes a long way. I gave you that comment because I want to support your channel. We all do that for each other to help each other out in the algorithm, because the likes and comments and everything is not to fulfill our egos or anything. That is literally to get us into the algorithm and up further on people's watch lists.
Exactly.
And also makes people feel happy, because I feel happy whenever I get a good comment.
Happy, joy.
Easy, Ren.
So,
I saw that, like, the animation for that popped up on either Instagram or Facebook earlier today, so that's why it was in my. I had it in mind.
Imagine, what the algorithm sees on your devices.
Oh God!
But we're going to leave that alone because this is the family-friendly talk.
So 2 little things before we go. I did 2 more blokies while we were doing this stream.
Ooh, let's see him.
So I got Ratchet.
Oh no! Oh
He's
no!
got red hands.
Please don't tell me he has battle damage.
No, he has a heartbeat thing.
Okay,
Nice.
thank you. I just wanted to make sure he didn't have chest damage from a specific scene that I think we all should know.
And Anthony, you're going to like this.
Let's see it.
Make a hot rod.
So most of the blokies are all carbon copies of each other, and then they have little detail things on them. This one came with his own set of instructions.
Oh, nice. Look at that.
Not like myself.
Oh, he's adorable.
And let me see if I can pick these up. He came with 3 energon cubes.
Aw.
They're clear?
Oh, that's so cool.
They look like ice cubes.
Ice, baby.
Well,
And
Grimlock's just a big dog.
unlike
and
any of
dogs
the
like
other
shooting ice
Grimlock,
cubes.
he actually has wrists, so you can twist his hands around.
Oh, that's interesting.
Go figure.
A lot of articulation.
Yeah, it's pretty
for
cool.
T-Rex.
Nice.
Yeah, I like that they made an alt mode version of him.
And I think there should be, I don't know if there is a bot mode yet of him, but I do know that some of the Dinobots have their Dino mode and bot mode.
So do the Constructicons. Isn't it the Constructicons that are... Oh, no, I looked something up online. There's somebody else that also has their alt modes.
Well, we're going to jump over to our Teletran 2 segment so we can get that started. But I thank you guys for joining on Teletran 1 and in the comments. And as we say at the end of every stream, till all are one.
Till all are one.
All around, Kibble.
Till all are one.